When things really get out of hand, prison is often the final solution. And while the victims of crime receive support and counselling, we often forget that the perpetrators themselves are also in dire need of help. Using programmes like The Journey, the rehabilitation on offer in places like Westfield Prison gives inmates the chance to really get to the root cause of where their lives went wrong and turn things around.
When we receive people from the community outside and they are placed into our correctional centres, one of our key drives is really to be able to give that person every opportunity to correct offending behaviour lifestyles, and to give them an opportunity to strengthen their own self-resolve, so that when they are released back to the communities from where they came, they go back people who will then be able to become loyal citizens of that community and giving back to that community certain things that they've been able to learn and put in place in their lives while they've been incarcerated here. For many of our people who land up in prison, there are a lot of factors that have contributed to that. And when a person can sit down and look back and to say, but hold on, I realize at that point in my life, perhaps it was when my parents got divorced, perhaps it was when this incident happened, that's when I took a wrong turn in life. And I've gone down a road that has led me to become an offender and to be locked in a correctional facility. And I realize it's happened because of this and this and this, and to pinpoint those areas of concern. And then through the programs, particularly like the Journey experience, to give attention to rectifying those areas that need help and further development in their lives.
The Journey is working exclusively with some of the female inmates of the prison, giving them the tools to deal with the types of issue which push them into criminal activities and helping rehabilitate them.
Their histories are horrific, some of them. They've been abused sexually, emotionally, physically abused as children. They've grown up in surroundings that are really tough and difficult. They've had to survive, and they've learned to survive. And along the way, they've put up this barrier, and they might appear to be hardened on the outside, but underneath it all, they feel just the same as we do. And to see that starting to come through has been a beautiful experience.
Quite often people who offend have fallen victim to their surroundings, and it seems like their lives are mapped out for them already. By going into the prison and offering Journey processing, these obstacles can be cleared, which allows people the chance to see a different life.
I'm here through drug dealing, and basically my father was a drug dealer and I became a drug dealer, and it was due to the monies that they were owing, and then they pressed charges, and that's how I ended up in prison. I got very involved in the Journey, and I had one process, and it really helped me. It really helped me to overcome issues that I was having from 9 years old, a child. And basically it was my father that I've been abused physically, he used to hit me, and there were so many things that I didn't deal with. And eventually, with the process, I dealt with them, and it made me to feel more freer inside. And I was also willing to forgive my father for what he has done, and also forgive myself and move on, And we sat at the campfire, and I saw myself, my little me in 9 years, and then I saw my present self, and then my father and my mentor was there. And in the campfire, we dealt with all those issues, and then there were sources of hatred and anger and, all revengeful and that type of thing, unforgiving. And then I took in the resources of peace and love and forgiveness, and it made me to feel more freer inside, and it made me to welcome negativity that I've never done it before. It's before I should just close the door and move on, and I never dealt with any of these issues, and I was just suppressing and suppressing.
To finally face these issues is truly freeing by itself. And in the same way forgiveness is crucial to any journey process, it is especially true for those who have committed criminal offences.
When we talk about forgiveness, when we talk about restorative justice, victim-offender reconciliation, what we're really talking about is being able to remove an obstacle that presents people from becoming friends. And I think where a victim has had the opportunity to meet the offender, and that offender has had the opportunity to ask for forgiveness for whatever he or she may have done, it just puts you in a position where you experience freedom, and so does that offender. And so without those programs, without those opportunities, we deny both victim and offender the opportunity of living life in true freedom.
Being placed inside a correctional institute gives time for focus and reflection, allowing ample opportunity for all issues to surface and finally be set free.
When you come into a place like this, you've got this anger and you just can't get rid of this anger. And I had to work through that. And the journey helped me so much. So much. I didn't even know that I'm carrying all this anger. And it's an anger that came for a long time. From my childhood, it came from my first marriage, and also the fact that I'm here. It just built up and built up and built up. And since I started with the journey, I'm more open. I can communicate better. I make peace, with what happened in my past. And I'm just looking forward now to get out of here and to start a new life again. So you don't have to think about all these things. But the journey is really, it helped me tremendously.
I think this work in the prison can be the start of something really big. The tool of the journey being used to allow those people living there to understand that freedom is a place within and not where they live. Some of them, after one journey process, it's been like a flower just suddenly been watered and coming into bloom. And others it's taken a little bit longer. But that's the same with any people anywhere.
I immediately was convinced that the Journey program was a vital and a most worthwhile program for us to offer to our offenders, so that those folk who would like to do the journey would have that opportunity, because the opportunity for improving their lives by doing that program is absolutely immense.
I'd like to become a motivational speaker and speak about my experiences like in prison and also my journey that I've done, and go out there and reach out to the youth and prevent them from coming to this place, and also help them to deal with emotions that they have been keeping and issues, yes.
I really wish that everybody can know and learn about the journey, because it changed me, and it can change so many other people. The world will be a better place, really.